What's up? In this video, we're going to be testing out in many different ways the new CMTeck Cardioid Capacitor XM series microphone. It's really great from the tests I've done so far, and all of the reviews on Amazon really say that too, but I'll let you be the judge of that yourself. Let's check it out. Hey guys, my name is Evan DiDio, and you're watching the Evan DiDio Show, where we do a lot of product reviews just like this one, vlogs, music theory lessons, song lessons, and a lot of guitar-based stuff. So if you're interested in that, please like this video, comment below if you have any questions about this video, and subscribe for more videos like this one, like other microphones. I've done some reviews on some other microphones, especially CMTeck microphones too, so you can check out my channel for those as well. In fact, a few months ago, I did a review on the other CMTeck mic. It was a $15 USB mic. I'll link it up in the YouTube card right there. But thank you for joining me today. I'm excited about checking out the new CMTeck mic. It's important for me to say, especially here on YouTube, that they did send it to me. They wanted me to test it out like I did the other microphones, so we're going to be doing that. I'm going to be testing it out by recording vocals, of course. We're going to be testing out how it sounds. We're going to be testing it out with an acoustic guitar, and we're going to be testing it out with an electric guitar amp. We'll be using the amp to test that out too, and I found out some pretty important things. So even if you already have the mic, there are some pretty good instructions that I'm going to be talking about in this video that could make your mic sound a whole lot better. And if you're watching on a computer or even on your phone, I have timestamps in the description below so you can find out where in the video the instructions are, where in the video the tests are, so that way you can get a little bit of everything and you can get there fast. Let's go ahead and get right into the test. Now let's go ahead and start out by testing the vocals of the mic to see how it sounds. Now in my test I noticed it was phasing just a little bit, or at least it sounded like it was, so I went into the EQ and I changed a little bit of stuff. But what you're going to hear in just a second is just the raw straight from the mic without any editing, and then I will show you the edited version of it as well. Really quick, something really cool about this mic is it comes with this little stand right here. You can prop these things up. It's great for live streaming. You've got a pretty long cable too, which is nice. I don't know if it's 5 feet maybe. And you've got the mute button. Now something very important that I want to test out while we're testing out vocals is when you press a mute button, can you hear that? The mute button does make a pretty loud click. Now this was the main problem on the last microphone that I tested out. And whenever I would press the mute button, which the mute button is great, it would go pow, and it would sound super loud on the mic because there's a lot of, at least on that mic, there was a lot of body noise, and anytime you would just barely touch it, it would, you know, make a loud noise. So we're gonna check that out too. Now I'm going to start off with the volume at the halfway point. We're going to see how that sounds for if it is pretty close to your face. Alright, now we're testing out the mic with it pretty close to my face. Let me see if you can hear the P's whenever I really push out a lot of air. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. In my test I found that when it's this close, you can get a pop filter if you'd like to. You don't really need one because it's actually, this mic is not as much designed to be right up close like this, especially if you're releasing a lot of air into the, like, around the microphone. So again, we're going to be doing tests with that, but this is what it sounds like close up with the volume at the halfway point. Now let's go ahead and switch back over to my Rode Video Mic Pro Plus. Now you might notice, sounds very different of course. That mic is about a foot away, like right here. It's literally right there. In fact, let me know what you think about the difference between these two mics in the comments section below. Let me know which one sounds clearer, which one sounds a little bit better. Now again, once we get to whenever I get to the editing of this mic, it will sound a lot different, and so that I'll show you the difference between the EQ, how I mix the EQ to make it sound better, what frequencies I brought up, and if you don't know what all that means, that's totally okay. I will give a brief explanation to that whenever I get to it. But for right now, let's try out the mic at a lower volume closer to my face to see if that helps a little bit. And we're back to this mic. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Is it still popping just a little bit? But let me know what you think about this in the comments. Should it be this close? I don't know. I don't think it should be this close. So we're going to test it out in just a second, a little bit further away. And while I'm holding it, let me know, can you hear a lot of body noise while I'm holding it? Again, we'll get to the mute button in just a second, but can you hear that whenever I'm doing that? Now it comes with this stand so that way it can sit on a table. So let's try, I'm going to set it down right here on the invisible table you cannot see. Now it looks like I'm about a foot away from it now, so let me know what you think about this. Is it sounding a little bit better? Do I need to up the volume a little bit more? Let me try doing that. Alright, so now the volume is up a little bit more. Of course, you won't, whenever I say Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, whatever, bleh, tongue twisters. Whenever I say that though, it's not as noticeable because it's further away, so that gets rid of a lot of the air noise. Now, what I found in my test is 5 inches is about the best distance for this mic. It gets rid of the air popping. I know there's a technical name for that, but being about 5 inches away is what's best, so let's try doing that. So I'm holding the mic about 5 inches away now. Now let me know how you think this sounds. There's still a little bit of what sounds like phasing, but it's not as much phasing, and we'll get to that in just a second. It's, again, the EQ is being a little weird, but it's still sounding great, pretty clear. So let's try out the mute button. Let's see, can you hear me when I'm... We're able to hear this? I just told the funniest joke and you'll never know what it is. Alright, let me go ahead and mute this. And yes, we're back over to the Rode mic. Let's try editing this a little bit to see how it sounds. So I'm going to stop this recording. Now I'm going to be recording it, again 5 inches away from my face, with the volume at the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, the 10th dot. Wow, so there's 11 dots. Don't push it all the way to 11. Alright, again, I'm holding it about 5 inches away from my face. I've edited the EQ now. You're seeing a little graphic on the screen that's showing you how I edited it. I'm upping the higher end a little bit and bringing up just a little bit the pretty low end, and in the middle just adjusting that just slightly to make it sound a lot better. This really helps make it sound super clear, and again, I'm about 5 inches away at the 10th level of volume. Let me know how the edited version of this sounds to you. Does it sound better? Does it sound worse? If you are live streaming with this, you might not be able to edit the sound, which is okay. This still sounds great all by itself, as we have found out. But next, after this edited sound, we're going to be trying out this mic with the acoustic guitar. Let's test it out. So, I thought it sounded pretty good until it didn't, if you know what I mean. It started distorting a whole lot. Like, I mean, when I started playing a little bit louder, it was pretty bad. It sounded like an electric guitar, really. Still, the EQ, not exactly how I would picture it for a guitar. So, of course, you know, these mics, I like testing things out kind of in a fun way. So these mics aren't necessarily the best for guitar, of course, or at least for acoustic guitar. We're going to test out electric in a second. So I don't recommend this for recording acoustic guitar. Very good for vocals, but we're going to test out the electric here in just a second. Let me know what you think about that. Now, if you order one, I mean, it's just like 35 bucks here in the USA. If you ordered one, then I'm sure you could still use it to record. You can try out a couple different things, like bring the volume down on the mic, or maybe try out a different distance, that kind of stuff. Just for time's sake, we're not going to do that in this video. Maybe if you want me to, let me know in the comments section below, and I'll try and get to it ASAP. But it sounded okay, especially for whenever I was lightly finger picking. You know, it wasn't too bad. Pretty good for the money, especially as a lot of people on Amazon in the reviews, they were saying, dude, for 35 bucks, this mic is amazing. You can go and check it out. There's actually a link in the description to the product if you'd like to check out some of the reviews, to not just take my word for it, but to see some other people. It's, at the time of recording this video, it's 5 stars, and I think it'll stay like that for a good while, just because a lot of people really like the quality that they're getting out of it, especially for recording vocals. It sounds really great. But next, let's test out with the electric. Okay, so I've got the amp at a pretty low volume, just because, like, from the acoustic test, it seems like that's what's best to do. I'll go ahead and play for you through my Rode mic, just so you can see how it sounds. You can probably hear my electric more than you can my amp, just because the amp is so low. But let's go ahead and switch over to the mic's point of view. I kind of got it jimmy rigged up behind me, up against the amp, so let's see how it sounds over there. it sounded pretty decent, especially when I went to the heavy metal version, if you know what I mean. The distortion, there was a little bit of distortion because I turned it up a little bit more, and I noticed that, but other than that, I thought it gave it a pretty unique sound. I might think about using this mic for more electric settings. Now, CMTeck is not paying me to say I like this mic. I like this mic. It's a pretty good mic. Now, not as much for acoustic as we found out in the tests, but especially to give the electric a unique sound, even when it's distorting just a little bit more. Of course, I had to bring up the volume some, and you can do your own tests. In fact, let me know what you think in the comment section below if you decided to purchase it through this video. Let me know if I was able to help you in that purchase-making decision. I'd really like to hear from you. But yeah, I'd recommend keeping it when you're talking about 5 inches away, at about a little more than the halfway mark. Keep it at maybe dot number 7, around there if we're talking. At the amp, I had it maybe 4 inches away, about 4 inches away from the amp, and that gave it a good sound, especially whenever I went to the distorted. Now, I would be interested in trying out a cleaner setting through the amp again and seeing if that makes a big difference, or if it doesn't sound good with that, just like it doesn't with the acoustic. This mic would probably be a good all-around mic for live streaming, and in fact, in the future, I plan on doing some more live streams. So if you'd like to see some tests through live streaming, let me know in the comment section below and subscribe to this channel to make sure you don't miss those live streams. But again, there's a link to this product in the description below, so you can go and check that out to see other people's reviews. Again, don't take just my word for it. Go and check out some of the other reviews, see a lot of the specs about the product. I didn't go into a lot of the specs in this video just because I wanted to just get hands-on with it. Didn't want to bore you guys with a lot of the info. Let's see how this sounds. That was my intention for this video, and I hope that you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Like this video, comment below if you have any questions, subscribe for other videos and for more tests, but I'll see you in the next video. Peace.